Out here with Gamble Lures, and one of the questions I been getting recently on our new products we're releasing, our forward-facing series, FF series of baits, is where'd you guys come up with this stuff? You guys are Florida Lake and punching and power fishing, and now all of a sudden you've got this pretty good line of forward-facing, finesse style of baits, and really it came about from fishing the Tackle Warehouse Invitationals this year, and quickly realized when I was practicing for Clark's Hill in Georgia, it's a different world out there once you get outside of Florida. And not being an expert in using my forward-facing sonar, really needed a way to be able to see baits better, to what was happening in front of the boat, and that's really where the idea came from, to start to look at what goes in our plastics and how can we make a bait that returns better. So you're not on the water every day and practicing all the time on this. You're fishing your weekend club tournament and you've got thousands of dollars in electronics in the front of your boat. How are you able to easily use that? And that's where the forward-facing series of baits came from. And basically we've come up kind of a proprietary blend of materials that we put in our plastics that gives us the best possible return when you cast it out. So, you're seeing this thing at 60, 80, 100 foot away versus 20 or 40. As these fish get more and more pressure offshore, they're more and more sensitive to what's going on. So the better you can see them and see them reacting on your bait, the more you're gonna catch. So that's kind of where the plastics came from. And part of that is the jig heads too. So we had two jig heads, and one is our kind of swim bait, standard style lead in front jig head, kind of gives you that vertical up and down presentation, or you can swim it. It's got these nice ridges all around the bait, and they really provide a solid return that go along with that plastic. So whenever that bait's falling, whatever angle it's at, or sideways or forward or down, you're really going to return the best signal back to your transducer that it's putting out. The second part of that is our hover hook. And this one again, this was good back to Clark's Hill. I went up there and practiced before we went off limits. It was cold out. We were fishing in 30 foot of water, and a buddy of mine had said, "Hey, check out this hover fishing deal." And I went into our warehouse, and we've got another brand called Hookup Lures, little saltwater jig heads, and I had a bunch of 90-degree hooks we used there, and I grabbed one of those, and I grabbed some nail weights out of the warehouse, and man, we went fishing with it, and it worked really well. So that's just, as a bait guy, you say, hey, how can I make this better? And really the way we could make it better was by combining kind of your nail weight with your hook in kind of one rig. Keeps everything pinned together. You have a lot of different hook sizes and weight sizes, from a 1/16 up to a quarter ounce right now, and different size hooks. So it really just made it a little more polished presentation, easier to rig your baits, and easier to change up your sizes and your hook sizes. So kind of how the hover hook came around. But bottom line is, we've developed a series of baits, a little outside of our comfort zone, but we feel are going to make you a better fisherman and enable you to catch more fish, and you'll be able to use your equipment a lot better. Ask for them at your dealer, or check them out at gamblerlures.com, the new FF series of baits.